Thank you. So last night was the engagement party, and we just had brunch with my daughter's future in-laws. What we would call, for some of you who know my makatuna, which means if you're married, your parents and your spouse's parents are our makatuna. Anyway, it's great to be back here. I have many fond memories. I've heard that the day was a great success, that we had over 400 alumni here, which is great. Now, some of you know, I'm sure your principal has told you, that Madison at one point in the Senate, had 3 senators who graduated from Madison. One, a Democrat, me, still here from Brooklyn. One, some of you have heard of Bernie Sanders. He went to Madison. He was an independent, because he's not officially a Democrat, even though he votes with us. And there was a fellow named Norm Coleman, who was a Republican from Minnesota. He had moved to Minnesota. So we had 3 senators. No high school, I don't believe, ever had 3 senators at once, let alone a Democrat, a Republican, and an independent. And we also had Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who lived down on East 8th Street, went to PS 238, and then to Madison. So our school continues to turn out great people. And I'm really proud of Madison. I'm proud of so many improvements. I told some of the people from the student government who I met that when we played football, Madison, I wasn't on the football team, we had Big Al Caruso, remember him? He was so big, he couldn't wear pants. He'd have to wear a poncho around his waist. But we had to first walk up and down the football field and clear it of glass. Because the AstroTurf, there was no AstroTurf, and they hardly had grass, and people, would drink and break beer bottles and stuff like that. So we had to do that. I lived a block away, and I used to sneak in under the fence to play baseball and basketball at Madison Field on weekends. So I've had great memories. Madison gave me a great education. I'll conclude by telling particularly our great students this. So I went from Madison to Harvard. I was lucky enough to get into Harvard. And fancy school. And when I got, is everything all right?
Yes, everything will be fine.
Okay, good. When I went to Harvard, I was scared. Because how was I going to compete? In those days, Harvard was 80% fancy private schools. My father was an exterminator. He didn't go to college, all of that. And so how was I going to compete with all these fancy people? And I told people that when I got to Harvard, I found the following. I found that the Madison education kept me in the ballpark. I was able to compete just fine in most areas, okay? But here's what else I found. I had something that those fancy kids from Harvard didn't have. Because I went to a big, big high school that was very diverse, where you were on your own, where you had to get along with people of all different backgrounds, all different races, religions, creeds, colors, economic levels. And so I learned something, because I had to get along, that these kids from Harvard didn't have. A way of how to get things done, how to make things work, how to bring people together. You know what we call it in Brooklyn? Street smarts. And I had that they didn't have. So I've been very grateful ever since to the education, both in the classroom and outside the classroom, that I got from Madison. And I hope that our children and grandchildren, if not us, some of you will hopefully still be here, come and celebrate the 180th anniversary of Madison. And it's still as good a school as it was when I went, and as it is today. So thank you very much, and thank you.